Good morning, guys. Just want to let you know that meal prep does not happen by accident. You have to prepare. What I'm going to do is just kind of let you spy in on my meal prep for the week. I'm going to make some egg muffins. Wish I had a lot of people to eat this with, but that's okay because these egg muffins will actually freeze very well, so I can eat them later, or I can give them away. These taste best straight out of the oven, so I'm using 12 eggs because I want to make 12 egg muffins. This is a nice dish to make for the entire family. Takes a little time to make, but because you can freeze them or refrigerate them, they probably won't last very long. The family will probably eat 1 or 2 of these, each family member. It's something you can just kind of grab and eat out the door. So that's 12 eggs. Got these eggs from Trader Joe's. They claim to be antibiotic free and hormone free, and the birds were fed on natural feed. Very interesting. Now I want to add some veggies to this. So we have our protein. Now we want to add a vegetable to make this all good. So what I'm going to do is take several handfuls of baby spinach and baby kale. So that was some baby kale, which is really watery. I don't know. This might be, you see how this is starting to be a little like kind of wilty and wet. I think I'm going to reserve the baby kale. I'm going to reserve that maybe for some dry ice for some smoothies. So let's just go with the baby spinach. I'm going to rinse this off. So I'm going to add a little bit of baby spinach to my mix. Hi Shantae. I'm making some egg muffins. I have 12 eggs in here and a few handfuls of baby spinach. That's what it's looking like right now. Have some leftover bell peppers that are starting to go bad. They're not quite there yet, but I'm gonna cut cut those up. How is your meal prep going, Shantae? Or have you food shopped for the clean eating challenge starting Monday? I decided to go live so people can kind of see some of my meal prep. The egg muffins, which I actually make in a muffin pan. They're really nice treats. They make really nice breakfast treats. You can add whatever you want to. You know, whatever vegetables. I guess you could add some uncured turkey bacon. That's turkey bacon that's hormone-free and antibiotic-free, of course. So I'm going to add this. Oh, so you're meal prepping later today? That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm using the concept of, you know, the way our parents and grandparents, and maybe even some of us today, kind of prep for Thanksgiving, where you know you just do a little bit throughout the week. That's pretty much how I do my meal prep, because I'll just get too overwhelmed if I try to cook everything. Oh, can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just chopping up a bell pepper. Yeah, I get kind of overwhelmed if I think about everything that I have to cook during the week. And I not only meal prep for myself, but I'm a nutrition coach for Savoy Fitness. I don't know. I don't really need this hat on. I'm a nutrition coach for Savoy Fitness Center. And so I meal prep for probably about 3 to 4 people a week. So I really have to be systematic with my meal prep and do it in such a way so that it's not overwhelming. So, yeah. I'm now adding the green bell peppers. So my meal prep, it's very what I call deconstructed. So I don't always think in terms of, oh, well, what do I want to cook? I know that sounds weird. Sorry about that. I cook by food groups, so I will decide what 2 or 3 complex carbohydrates I want to prepare. Then, and that for me, it's usually brown rice or quinoa, some sweet potatoes, spaghetti squash, sweet potatoes, or some type of whole grain pasta. So I'll just pick 2 to 3 of those complex carbs. Then I'll decide what type of meat I want to have. And that's typically chicken, either skinless legs or chicken breasts. And then I'll have some type of like either pan-seared or broiled fish. My favorite is salmon. I'm just going to add just a splash of coconut milk. I try not to use milk. I don't care for milk. And if I'm gonna have dairy, I'd rather have this cheese right here. This is what I call my cracked cheese. It's a wonderful blend of Toscano and unexpected cheddar cheese. I get it from Trader Joe's, and it is absolutely amazing. So, and I was like on a cheese binge for a few weeks, but then started to see that I was putting on unwanted weight in all the right places. So I think I'm just going to have some cheese every now and then, as opposed to every day. I'm going to season this with a little bit of black pepper. It's real easy to make. And I'm going to use some pink Himalayan sea salt. You can find this at Trader Joe's. You probably can find it at your regular grocery store. So I'm just adding that in there. If you want your egg muffins to be really moist, you should add some fresh tomatoes. I actually have some on the table, but for now, I want like a little pop of color. So far we have some nice color going on here. We have the yellow from the eggs. We have some red from the bell peppers, green, and then some green from the green bell peppers and spinach. But I want to add a little more pop. So I'm going to add some sun-dried tomatoes. You can find these at Costco. They are in some olive oil. These are the best sun-dried tomatoes I've ever had. And I probably had this jar for probably almost maybe about 2 years. It's just really, really good. I was first introduced to sun-dried tomatoes by a friend of mine. I guess he used it for some sort of chicken dish, and I was in love with that ever since. And I kind of got away from it. And then there's this restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky. It's called, goodness, what is it called? It'll come to me. But they make this wonderful salmon with a cheese sauce and some sun-dried tomatoes, some mashed potato. With some dried tomatoes, and then they pair that with some sauteed mixed vegetables, and oh my gosh, and some mashed potatoes. You talk about good. In fact, that's kind of giving me some ideas. Maybe I should make something like that. I'm going to add a couple of tomatoes to this, and that's really going to help to keep the egg muffins moist, not only for immediate use, but for throughout the week. So give me a sec. Okay, so I have 2 vine-ripe tomatoes. You really want to use a serrated knife when you cut tomatoes. So you want a knife that's serrated when you cut tomatoes. So where do you live, Shantae? What city and state are you from? Kind of slippery. Nice and colorful. Oh, you're here in Louisville. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm having a meal prep class on Sunday. If you would like to attend, you are welcome. I don't know if we're going to need two tomatoes. Stir that up and see how it's looking. It's looking really good. Well, I remember adding two tomatoes and not regretting it, so I'm just going to go on and add 2 tomatoes. Yeah, I'm going to have the meal prep class tomorrow at 5:30, just as a way to kind of help people get ready for the week. If you're interested in the meal prep class, just leave a comment below with your email address, or you could just send me an inbox and I'll send you the Eventbrite link. Okay, this is looking good. What I'm going to do is actually taste this a little bit and then adjust my salt and pepper as needed. Then I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'm going to spray down my muffin pan and get this in the oven, and then take you through another breakfast option that I'm affording myself. Not bad, but I'm going to go with a little bit more pepper. You may want to be easy on the spices if you're going to have, if kids are going to eat it. That's pretty much it. You want to preheat your oven to 375. Okay. I'm going to just clean up a little bit. Wonderful. I have your email, so I'll definitely send you the invite. Okay, so I bought, actually this was a gift from Kohl's. It's a device that allows you to use your own oil. I'm using an extra virgin olive oil to spray down the non-stick egg muffin pan. And I just use some olive oil to make sure that it definitely will, that the egg muffins won't stick to the pan. This extra virgin olive oil, this is the first press. You want to make sure you get outstanding quality olive oil. And you can find it at Trader Joe's or Costco. Anyway, you place your olive oil in this device up to the fill line right there. And then you simply pump air into the device. I think it's just so cool. And then we can just spray each of these. Of course, it, takes a little bit more muscle work, but I feel better about using this device as opposed to using spray that comes in the can that you can buy in the store, because I have no idea what type of chemicals they actually put in those devices. So, plus I get a little workout. We are supposed to exercise, aren't we? I'm going to use this cooking brush just to make sure that the olive oil is evenly distributed along each of these slots. Okay. Probably. Okay, so now I am ready to scoop and get this in the oven. Look at how yummy that looks. So when you're prepping your food, it needs to look nice and colorful. Because if it looks good when you're prepping it, it's probably going to look good once it's done. I'm using a ice cream scooper to scoop out some of this stuff into the pan. It's just that simple. I mean, I guess if you love meat, you could add a chicken breast to this, If you have some rotisserie chicken, which you can buy from Costco or Whole Foods, you can chop up some chicken breast in here, or whatever part of the meat you like. And what else? You can find turkey bacon, but I would recommend either Applegate turkey bacon, or Costco has a more affordable turkey bacon that's uncured. It doesn't have any nitrites, no hormones, no antibiotics. So I'm just going to top these off. And then I want to show you how I prep my oatmeal. I know that sounds lame, but well, it looks like I have some extra some extra batter, so I don't know, maybe I'll use that for something else. So that's it. Right. Yes, I agree. It looks colorful. It looks yummy. It looks even better when it comes first out of the oven. And yes, I've seen a video in which they put the ingredients in the muffin pan and then they add the egg batter. I've tried that method and I didn't like it at all. I did not think that was a good idea, because you don't, in my opinion, you don't get a nice mixture of the ingredients. Hi Mary. We are making some egg muffins to this. In my bowl, I added 12 eggs. 12 eggs that are hormone-free, antibiotic-free from Trader Joe's. I added a splash of coconut milk. You can use your favorite milk. I also use this cheese blend from Trader Joe's. It is absolutely amazing. I used about 4 sun-dried tomatoes. I just chopped those up really finely. I used a few handfuls of baby spinach. I got this from Trader Joe's as well. What I love about some of the vegetables at Trader Joe's is that I feel like, one, for the most part, the quality is really superb, and a lot of the vegetables can last a couple of weeks in the refrigerator, and this is particularly ideal for singles, because a lot of times, you know, we try to cook for ourselves, but food can go bad before we can actually get around to it. Anyway, I've used an ice cream scooper to scoop out the batter into the muffin pan. I'm going to push this in the oven at 375. I'm going to set my timer to about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. But it'll probably be done before then, so I'll start to keep my eye on it at about 15 minutes. Kind of messed up the stove. Do you guys have any questions about your meal prep for the week? I messed up the stove, so I'm just trying to clean it. Mary, have you started your food shopping for the week? Can't believe I messed up this stove. Good morning, Mary. Okay, so get this out of the way. I made a big mess. That's all right. Anyway, typically for breakfast, I usually only have like eggs, usually on the weekend. But I'm going to have some today and tomorrow. Then I'll try to look to share some of those egg muffins. What I have here is a container of old-fashioned oats. As you get more and more into... Oh, you did your shopping, Mary. Oh, that's wonderful. What's the main dish that you're going to cook this week? For my breakfast, I use these 12-ounce mason jars, and then I just place a half a cup of oatmeal in them, and then about 12 ounces of coconut milk. So the night before, I'll actually put coconut milk in here and then shake it up real quick, and then place this in the refrigerator overnight. And then in the morning, I will just warm it up in the microwave and then get that ready for work. So what I'm going to do is get my other jars together. So these jars right here are already finished before I started the video. And I just need to finish off one more. Probably going to make some more, but I can't find my other mason jars. And that's pretty much it. So I have 2 breakfasts done. 2 breakfasts for the week completely done. You can sweeten these with maple syrup, but I guess because I've kind of removed a lot of sugar from my diet, I can actually now eat this with the silk coconut milk. It tastes really good. They do add a little bit of sugar to it. Let me see, where are the ingredients? Yeah, they use cane sugar, so it already has a little bit of sweetener in it. So, you know, it's kind of hard to eat 100% pure, but we just do the best we can and keep it moving. These oatmeal jars, they can just stay. I just put them in the cabinet. I think I'm gonna make one more of these. I like to try to make 5 of these, at least 5 of these oatmeal jars for Monday through Friday. And then now you could get really fancy with the oatmeal jars. I'm glad you like the oatmeal jars. Sometimes I will treat myself and add a couple of handfuls of white chocolate, which you can find at Trader Joe's. And once the oatmeal is cooked, then I will add some fresh berries to the mason jar. And I just love how the color of the berries just kind of infuse into the oatmeal. And then if I want to get extra special, then I'll use chocolate chips with some peanut butter. These special oatmeal, I'll flavor them with some maple syrup or some stevia, and wow. I do have recipes for my oatmeal jars on my blog, Holistically Improve You. And if you love the recipes on my blog, you'll probably love the recipes in my cookbook. I do have a cookbook. If you're interested in my cookbook, please leave me a comment below, again with your email, and I will be sure to send you a link. Okay, so I have my oatmeal going on. I think I'm going to just put this oatmeal in the refrigerator now so I can eat it. Mary, did you want to come to my cooking class tomorrow at 5:30? Having it in my house. I was debating whether to cancel it or not, because no one has expressed interest, but I'm just going to push forward whether people come or not. We have to, sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself to help encourage people to eat healthy. That's the end of my breakfast prep. For contributions toward my lunch and dinner prep, I've decided I wanted to make some quinoa, and I'm going to make some quinoa using my new pressure cooker. So this is my pressure cooker. Normally on the stove top, it takes, I don't know, maybe about 15 or 20 minutes to make quinoa on the stovetop. And quinoa is a whole grain that has a lot of protein in it. Oh, thank you, Shantae. Thank you for joining me. So anyway, I know I want to make some quinoa, so I just have this, and I just have it soaking in water. So, and then I'll show you some other things that I have doing. I have some potatoes here. I think I'm going to just roast some potatoes when I come back. And then I have some chicken breast just thawing. So that's all I have so far for my meal prep. And I'll probably create another video later on. Thank you so much for watching.